talk about block context, because block context is fun. So I'm going to get out of there. Oh, of course, cookbook. Okay, I'm gonna say npm run block, and we're gonna go. What's this thing called? Block context. Context. So this is gonna create a block for us. So block context is basically information being passed to a block or to other blocks. So you've seen some of this stuff, not in there. Is my connecting to post meta not in there? Oh man. Where have I done that? So you've seen things. What is this context? Okay, so my context block source. So I'm gonna put another block in here. I'm gonna call this is primary. I'm gonna call this provider. Right, and I'm gonna put this. So this is a block that's gonna provide context, and I'm gonna have another full. No, I'll do it with my in here. So it's not gonna context. Be consumer. Consumer. No. I think this is gonna work. Oh shoot, no. That's broken. That is a block. I need to put it in here. So basically we're gonna have a block that provides context, and we're gonna have a block that consumes the context. And you can see that this gets pretty powerful. But you can also have sort of top level context. So you'll get there's an example in maybe I'll just open up my Twitch streams in here. I'm pretty sure I've got an example of like how context works in the sense of like, because you can get the post type. We'll go context. This. Something like this. Yeah, so you get the context passed to a block as part of the props, right? And so you can get post ID, you can get post type. So it's very handy when you're trying to retrieve. So for example, like featured media or post meta, you can use the post type. You can get that from the context of the block editor. The block editor provides context to the blocks, but then you can also create your own blocks that have context. Yeah, trust me, it works. Somebody was saying something in chat there. I already use it. Adding a new child block to query loop, it works fine, but the block is dynamic. There are a few issues. Used what? What are we talking about? Derek OE. What are you talking about? I already used it. Adding a new child block to query loop. Can you explain that statement a little bit more, so I can talk about it or whatever. Trying to get a code. Oh, okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna just npm run start. Oh, what are we doing? What? Where am I? Npm command not found. What? Ugh. Npm install. No. Okay, that's weird. So I'm using where am I here? Block developers cookbook. Yeah. Okay. So that's super annoying. So I'm using this thing called pnpm, which I'm sure people are aware of, but it is a tool for managing mono repos. And for whatever reason, it all of a sudden forgot that it was installed, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna do this. We're gonna install it at npm. Okay. So I'm sorry, bear with me. Ugh. Copy. My world is falling apart today. Gonna install that, and then npm run start. Now this should, there we go. And what this does now is we've got all this stuff that is like, I've got like each plugin. And this flex might be something that you might consider depending on what you're doing, but this repository, the structure of my repository is basically the WP content folder, which I like to do for a lot of things because I can put themes and stuff in here and whatever. MU plugins, which I'm using. Is this the globbing thing? No, it's not the globbing thing. Anyways, sorry. So, but I just want to have a single node modules. I don't want to have a node modules for each plugin, which get and then manage. Hello and good morning, Monty Logic. Good to see you, see you. Anyways, PNPM just manages it all. So it consolidates all the npm, all the package.jsons from each plugin into a single one, and then I have a single build command and watch command, and it runs everything. And it's very, very, very slick. Have I been looking into React Server components? I have not been looking into React Server components. Not today. Not today, Monty. Anyways, but that's why when I run this now, I've got like 5 things running, right? Export. What is that? Server-side render block? Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, you're using context. Yeah. Context is great. Yeah, context is super awesome. Monty Logic, is there something specific that you want us to be looking at for server-side React Server components? Okay, so what? All right, and then I'm also running. Am I running this in? Okay, so that's running. I'm gonna go T. I'm gonna go J cookbook. Sorry, I'm a little disorganized this morning. We're gonna go jpnv start. We're gonna wait 45 minutes. Oh my god, that was fast. Okay, so let's see. So we got development. Oh, you know what else I have to do? Stand by, friends. Stand by. In my setup, I have to also add the block that I'm doing. So this is gonna be context. Contexty, just plain old context. I'm gonna restart this now. Should be stopping WordPress. Oh, no, you're fine. Standing? What's standing? Standing? Did I? Oh, it's not working yet. It's still starting WordPress. Sorry. Now we wait. Bueller. That looks like it's getting better. Of course, it ran really fast and then it didn't stop. So what are you guys up to? What's going on? Oh, come on, configuring WordPress. Don't give me that. Right. So there we go. Okay, so let's get the development site open and see. Okay, and get logged in. And you can see that our plugins are ready to rock and roll. Admin password. I need to spend some time trying to get this set. Okay, so here's our context one. Okay, so we have that. So what we need to do, I'm going to do all posts. I'm just going to add new post. Holy bajoli, add new post. That's not even a word, but this will be context. And we're going to publish this. So let's just look at like what context we get passed to us, right? So in our plugins, we've got context. We've got two. Should have 2 blocks. We do have 2 blocks. We are also going to need to do this, and we're going to have this provider block. So the concepts are basically you've got something that consumes context and something that provides it, consumer. So that's what we're going to do, right? We're going to close this. We're going to close that. So, okay, cool. So now let's do some editing on our provider. So in our provider block, I'm going to just call this context, the provider, right? We're going to do that. And now in here, we have a props object, right? So we should be able to, get all, and this can all go away because it bugs me when it does this. And then we're just going to console log the context, right? So this is the context provided by block editor, right? So is that working? Looks like it's built. Okay, so we're gonna refresh this. Hey Timothy, are you standing? Is that what's happening? Is that why you're saying standing? Do you need help? Oh, what did I call this block? Come on, come on. It's not. It's called context. Okay. Stand by. This is the problem with naming things. Provider. Provider. You said standing by. Oh, okay. I get it. Thanks. So I actually created a little. I have to refresh this. In my block developer cookbook. Timothy, you're the best. Thank you for hanging out. And I wait. Let me wait. In my block developer. So I've got a provider component. So this is context to the provider. I'm going to update this, and I'm saying it like that on purpose. So in our console.log, we have an array. So what is that? That is not what I thought that was going to be. That is actually coming from something completely different. So this is what we want. Context provided by the blocker. So if we look at that, we have an object in here. And what do we got? Is there nothing in here? What? Oh, it's probably down here. It's probably... No, it's just an object. Weird. All right, let's look. Let's console log. I was not expecting that output. Let's just console log the props out here, and we should be able to see the props. So is there context? So okay, the context is apparently empty at this point. Is it not empty later? Weird. That's so strange, because we literally just looked at an example in my Twitch streams repo where we're pulling all of that stuff out of there. And then we're doing something like this, right? So we're using post ID. Okay, so I'm just gonna steal. It might just be something that's not immediately available, and that's wouldn't be surprising. Oh, I can put that. So I can just grab this. I'm gonna go context. I'm just gonna do. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, come on now, Ryan. Stay with us. Stay with us, friend. Okay, so this should be should be destructuring the context out of there. We should be able to do this. So I should be able to do this stuff, and then maybe I can console.log the featured image, which I don't think, I'm gonna set a featured image for this particular. Is Kevin's pretty face in it? There he is. Hi, Kev. So we're gonna update this, and then I'm gonna just rerun this. And we'll just see. So, oh, I haven't imported use entity prop. That's completely my mistake. We're gonna do this. Import that up here, and then we should just be able to get rid of that and have that work correctly and not break everything. I blame Kevin. I blame Kevin for most things, to be honest. What is all this? Huh. You might have to have uses context. You might be completely right. Let's look at this block and just see. Oh, that's totally what it is. I'm a dope. You have to actually say it uses context. Don't you have to say it uses context? Where's the... That's what it is. It's exactly what it is. I'm an idiot. So this is how you set up context anyways. You have to set it up like this, no matter what you're doing. So, it's kind of weird. Okay. So we want it to set user context. Who said that? Who added that? Timothy Jacobs. Every time you come here, you're like, no, that's wrong. Do this. You're like the new Kev. Huh? I need a Timothy button. So this should now be telling us context stuff. There we go. Post 41, featured image 28. So that makes way more sense. I completely forgot about that particular thing. I should probably just go and read the documentation maybe once or twice. I don't know. Maybe it should do that. So that's how we get the context out of the block context, right? So this is going to take context in from, and there's other things like we don't need this in this case. Maybe we just need the post type, or the post ID is always, you feel attacked. Kev, come on, Kev. Should feel attacked. Contribute more. No, I'm kidding. Kevin's awesome. So that's how we can get context in. But what if we want to do custom context? Now, I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. I'm going to go ahead and look at the docs here. And we're going to look at the API for context. So we should have block context. So defining context. So we're going to so they're in your block.json. You're going to have a something that's going to provide context, right? And then you want to have something that uses the context with this, which is exactly what we've just seen. So we're going to set that up. I'm going to set up a so the provider is going to have an attribute in here, and it's going to be a message attribute, and it's going to be it's going to be type it's going to be a string, and we're going to set a default of Kevin is my favorite. I'm saying this because poor Kevin. And then, so what the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to import the rich text component here, and I'm going to get rid of this because we don't need this. We don't need any of this stuff. I'm not actually going to use context for any of this because, well, actually, you know what? Let's do some things. So I'm going to put in a rich text component like this, right? And I'm going to set the, oh my sweet Jesus. Okay, I'm going to set the tag name to, is going to be p tag, a p tag, a p tag. There we go. And I'm going to spread block props on it, boom, like that. And I'm going to set the value of it. This is going to be attributes. Let me get that out of there. Attributes. It's almost like I don't know how to type. You know, it's almost like that. What am I doing? Okay, and then I can just actually delete that now. And I can put message in there. And then we're going to need to get attributes. We need to get set attributes like that, which is a function. And on change, it's called set attributes. No, it's not. It's going to get a function, and in that function we're going to call stereo panner mode set attributes, and we're going to set the attributes of message to new message, which will be the string that is passed to the function, just like that. So this should look exactly the same as what we've just seen, but now we will just be able to update whatever that is, and the message that we'll see is no longer going to be context. The provider is going to say Kevin is my favorite, or whatever bullshit lie I made up. I might get a block validation error in here actually. Nope. So Kevin is my favorite. Yes, he is. Okay. Oh God, don't press that button. Right. So now we've got that. So what we can do now is what's the best way to do this? Okay, we're going to expose the inner block.json. So we're using the context, but we want to also provide context. And it's going to be, is it an object? Let me look here. So it's an object of basically name value pairs. So this is going to be, we're going to namespace it and give it the thing, right? So we're going to say, this is going to be provider / message, and it's going to be I think that's a string. Yeah, so this is going to be the name of the attribute, so message, right? So that's all we need to do there. So that's going to provide it to something, and it works with child blocks. I don't believe there's a way to go like two pair blocks, like pure blocks at the same level. Like one needs to be inside of the other one. And then we need to get, where's inner blocks? Yeah, is inner blocks from in there? We don't need that. Right, and we're gonna do an inner block. Right, we'll do that. Oh, we need to wrap all this. Man, I was away for like a weekend and I don't remember how code works. And then we're gonna, what's the namespace block? So we're gonna go, I'm going to set the allowed blocks as basically just my consumer, and I'm gonna have a template, which is just gonna be, not that, it's gonna be the consumer block again. So this should auto insert a consumer block in there. And if I've done anything correctly, I think you can use context across two parent blocks. I want to say that I have done it, but we'll have to look. Yeah, if you've done it, that would be awesome. What the deuce is that? That's an interesting error. I'm gonna delete this. Delete, and you're gonna delete. I'm gonna insert a provider block. Kevin is my favorite. Okay, so is am I pulling inner blocks in from the wrong place? I guess we'll have to see. Again, I don't know really what I'm doing here. Oh no. No, it's from the right place there. Oh no, it's not. Oh, it's an array of arrays. Okay, that's what I'm doing wrong. Okay. That's what I'm doing wrong. Where am I here? Block developer cookbook. And this should be an array of arrays. It should be like that. That's what my template should be. I think that will work. We'll get there. Come on, let's do this. We're gonna delete this, and I'm gonna insert my provider block. What? I don't know what is happening here. I should be getting a template auto loading with that thing, and it's just not working for me right now. It's bugging me. It's bugging me a lot. Delete this. Insert provider. This is not working. Is my build not working? Uh-oh. That'll do it. Build's not working. So when the build doesn't work, the code changes that you make don't work. Huh? Yeah. Idiot. I'm an idiot. Okay. Build process was failing. I was totally doing it right. Totally. Okay, let's see. Okay. So we can see we've got our provider block, and then I've got an inner block, and this is the consumer that's hello from the editor. So now what we can do is we can have our consumer block is going to it's going to use context as well. So we're just going to do this down here, but it's not going to use this context. It's going to use the context that we've exposed called provider message. So I'm pretty sure I can just do that. Now let's just double check in our docs here. So we're going to provide the context. We've done that in our provider, and we're going to consume the context just by doing that. Interesting. There's definitely some other things. I'm doing the same sort of thing, providing a context, and then we're going to use that context, and it's going to use context, which is an array that comes from somewhere. Oh, it's just being destructured, so it should be an array in there. Okay, cool. So hopefully now in our consumer block in the edit, we will have something in here called context. And we can just console.log that out. Console.log context. Oh, nope. That's not what's supposed to be happening. Hello. Oh, server-side render? Yeah. Okay. So let's refresh this. Now we should get, I should really fix that allowed formats thing and not have it spit that out for what I'm trying to do here. There we go. So the provider message is Kevin is my favorite. So now what we can do now here is we can say consumer, oh, who's that? Somebody just said something. Oh, who's raiding? Hey, Trinchera WP, thanks for the raid. Trinchera WP. What were you doing on your thing? I'm assuming WordPress related? Was it WordPress related? Anyways, thanks so much for hanging out. Appreciate you. So we're gonna just do something like this. I'm gonna go, we're gonna just do this. I'm gonna say, nope. I'm just gonna scroll away for some reason. Context, context, and it's gonna be the, oh, Najo 1977. We're creating free websites for orgs and live streamings. Nice. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate you. I think this is my first raid. No, someone else raided me. I can't remember who it was. Are you saying that because I haven't, because my raid indicator thing isn't isn't styled correctly? Kevin, you're so you're so judgy. I just don't even know. I don't even know what's going on here. That needs to go away. Okay, I'm kidding, Kevin. You're a wonderful friend and a good person. Parent-child block, cool. So I think what this should do is this is going to spit out the provider message in the consumer block, right? I think we should say consumer dash, and it'll say Kevin is my favorite, and which is a total lie. And but whatever. But we all love him. This is for you, Kevin. Kevin. Yeah, that's for Kevin. Okay, so we'll let this load. See what happens. Oh no, don't be sorry. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks, Trinchera WP. I'm trying to learn a bit of Spanish, but I'm not very good at it. So check that out. So now I make changes to up here. Timothy will supplant Kevin. Is that a word? Kevin, right? So now my context is being passed directly to my child block as well. So this is a useless example, other than to make Kevin jealous of Timothy. But you can see how this would get really, really powerful. Let's say that you had something that relied on, so you make a choice. Okay, here's an example. You make a choice of post type in this block. And then these blocks allow you to choose something from inside of that. Like, so you can do post lookup. So you want to do like an unordered list of post IDs. I don't know why you want to do this, but you could have your parent block define the post type that you're going to be looking in, and then that gets sent to the consumer, and then the consumer can choose from that list of posts based on the context of the post type that it was sent. So there's a lot of things that you can do in there. That's not maybe the best example, but I've done some stuff like that in the past that seem to help, right? So if you want something that's going to be like basically dictate what all the children are doing, yeah. Yeah, the arrow style is designed in the parent block. Yeah, that's a great example and far better. I'm so glad you're here, Timothy. Kevin, you're losing it, buddy. Seriously. Kevin, Timothy. Sneaking up. Yeah, that's a great example. So like you define something that you want all your children block to have child blocks to have access to, and I think that's a really great use of context. The other thing that context is very good for is you use it. So when your block is in the site editor, so we've seen stuff where we're trying to pull, a post meta, for example. Like you're trying to pull post meta from a block or from the post and then display that. Well, that won't work in the site editor because you're just editing templates. There's no actual content in there. So if you're accessing the post ID directly from context, then that won't necessarily fail. It will work a little better. Otherwise, it won't work. But I don't know. Is there much else that we can really do with I mean, there's lots that you can do with context. But let's take a read down here. So you can access the context on the front end by basically getting block context. I'll show you how that works. So on the front end of the block, so we've got a provider block, right? So we need to make some changes to our provider block here. So in our index, we actually need to add a save. We need to add a save property in here. And it's going to be basically a function that returns, we need inner blocks here, right? Because when we use inner blocks, wait, am I pulling that from the right place? I am not pulling that from the right place, am I? Consumer? No, edit. That's from block editor. So we need to pull that in from the block editor. I need to do this in here. I need to do this in here, and we're going to need inner blocks, right? And we need to basically return inner blocks.content, and that's going to give us the content. It's pulling from Redux? What are you talking about, Kevin? No, it's not pulling from Redux. What we're doing? Well, I maybe under the hood, but basically the idea is the provider block defines something that it's exposing as context. And then I'm sure there's a wrapper in here that said for like uses context maybe, or so then this is my provider block, and this is the consumer, which is a child block because I have an inner blocks instance, and whenever I make a change, I've exposed this message in context. You mentioning getting post meta. Yeah, you can get post meta. I was talking about if you use the context that's provided by the block editor instead of trying to get the post ID directly. Like if we use this context, then when it's in the site editor, the block will still render. It just won't show any post meta because there's no post meta to retrieve. What was I doing? Oh yeah, the PHP side of things. So in our provider block, which has got this, we need to then return our inner blocks.content. Right? Yeah. No, it's pretty cool. And so and then in render.php, so there are a bunch of magical functions that get added. So we got block. Is it what is it, an object? What is it? Block and context. So you get three things passed to it. You get attributes, content, and block. So it used to be that you would define a render callback function. Now that's still happening under the hood, but now all we're doing is we're just basically we're defining the markup that gets output. So there are these functions, these things available. So in PHP we have attributes available to us. Attributes, right? And then we have what is it? I can't remember. So the first content and block. So content is what we're going to be looking for, because content is going to be, we're going to just basically echo content, and content is going to be yep. So content is going to be the stuff that's passed to this block from the inner block. So I'll just maybe show you, and maybe this will break. With a little luck, it'll be ruined. There's Kevin's face. Okay, so that's hello from a dynamic block. So what do we got going on here? So let's var dump. I want to var dump content, because maybe I'm not doing that right. Content. We need a little thing. So it's an empty string. So why is it not returning? Is my build failed again? No. spider. Index, save. Oh, what's this? Has already been declared. Oh. Weird. Okay. I don't know if that's the issue. Okay, that doesn't seem to be the issue. Oh, I have to go back to my other example. Yeah. Oh, somebody's following me. You probably shouldn't. Nuria Nadal, thank you for the follow. Innerblocks.com. Content. Exactly what I'm doing. So little, where is this? Innerblocks.com. That's exactly what I'm doing. All right, that's exactly what I should be doing. And then in the render content, we just echo content. Oh, this is working. I'm an idiot. This is working. Because if we look at the post, it's actually spitting out context. It's spitting out the context block. And there's not, because my block is not actually returning anything. It's not, there's nothing for it to really do here. Yeah, so so that's that. And then render. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, okay, so that's got that. So I need to return that, which I'm doing. And then my render.php is also echoing out content. So what am I? Okay, so this is context. Hello from a dynamic block. Which is this? That's this one, right? Look at the barred up block. This is strange. I'm not entirely sure what is happening here. I should get a whole ton of information about this block. And I do. Message, yeah. So there's the message from the block. Inner content. Okay. 114 of them. That's not really what I need. Okay. Attributes, content, and block. Weird. I feel like there's something I'm not doing. I feel like there's something very silly that I'm forgetting to add somewhere. So that is the message. That's fine. So I can actually, so what I can do is in here I can escape. I can send the message out. Oh, what am I doing? So message will be, attributes will be message. So this is standard stuff that way. Why? Oh, get out of here. I'm just gonna echo this. I mean, it's gonna yell at me for not escaping things, but I don't care. I don't care. So this should send out a little message there. Timothy will supplant Kevin. So that's the message. That's fine. But why am I not getting content? What is that about? So innerblocks.content should be sending that out in the save function. Now, have I done something stupid? Because that looks pretty. Where am I pulling that from? Innerblocks from block editor. Okay. look at, okay, so in the edit, what's it importing? Twitch placeholder. Where's that thing? Right there. Okay, so what is this one doing? So this is just doing that. And that's weird. Super weird. Save. There is a save. Oh, somebody's gonna give me the answer here. Maybe the code editor will show something relevant. I don't know. Super weird. Super weird, because this should be returning my inner blocks.content. And in here, my inner blocks is this got allowed blocks render appender. Like, there's nothing schmancy going on there. It should all be in place. Post placeholder. It's got a render function. And so does this. What's being spit out here? Timothy will supplant Kevin. So weird. Okay, I'm gonna just delete this. And I'm gonna put in a new block. I wonder if that's just what it was. Okay, I'm gonna update that. And hear this. No more supplanting. Yes, Kevin has ruined it for us. So that's just outputting the message, but it's not getting. Now this is nothing to do with context. This is to do with me not knowing what the hell I'm doing here, or apparently don't know what I'm doing. So let's look and block the JSON for in here. So we got post type supports parent. That's unrelated. That just means that this block can only appear inside of this. So that is that, and then in our index there is no. So we're doing this, and that just should be returning all that stuff. I'm just gonna add this so it stops yelling at me, but I don't think you specifically need this. It's annoying. Okay, so in here, I'm gonna add that as well. Put this in here. So echo attributes message, that's what we did. It's not getting the content. I feel like there's something really simple that I'm just forgetting. I feel like there's something super duper simple. Let's look in maybe this one. Oops, we have something else going on in there. So index. Save look like save is like blocks.content. Oh wait, hold on. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like doing inner blocks.context or something, because that wouldn't be beyond that wouldn't be something. Would absolutely be something that I would do. I knew there'd be something dumb that trips me up today. I just knew it. I just knew it. I wonder if, I don't think this would matter, but if I define parent in here, shouldn't matter. I don't think this will matter. I'm going to put it in here, but I don't think it necessarily matters at all. It just means that block's not available for insert unless it's inside this other block. So if I click out of here, I shouldn't see the consumer in there, but if I click into this, if I click this, and I do that, then I should see consumer block is available in there, and it is. So, I don't know, we'll see. it's working. Okay, so maybe I had to do that. That's weird. Let's delete this. Let's update this. And now I should just be able to, I guess, get rid of that. And this should spit out the message, and this should spit out the content of the block that's working. Because that's the string, and that's the block. All right, and then in my context, I should be, so in the consumer block, I should be able to get context out of here again. And I can do basically the same thing as I did up here. I'll just grab this in here, and I will just replace this. Line with that, but I'm gonna do this ahead of time. And we're gonna do just basic string interpolation, or string concatenation is the word that I'm looking for, and this should just work. I wonder, it's weird. Oh, undefined key message. So, oh, no, it's not that. Sorry, it's block. Because remember, it's not an attribute, it's context. So, yeah, that should work. That should work. But oh, no, sorry. I need to do the namespace in there. Oh boy, because we need, where's that? Not that. We need this thing. We need that provider message. That's where that comes from, because it's namespaced. That should work. And Timothy is going to add something to the stream here. I guess we could try inserting our consumer as a standalone block to narrow down. Yeah, there we go. So that works. So I don't really understand why all of a sudden I needed to make consumer a parent. Maybe does it say anything about that in the context? No, but this isn't an issue. This isn't a context issue. All right, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to get rid of this parent block thing. I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to see if this doesn't work. I don't know. I don't know why it wouldn't work. All that parent thing is defining where that block can be seen. Doesn't make any sense, right? Now if I insert this, I see the consumer is here. Okay, so I come in here now. Does it not work? And okay, we're gonna delete this. We're gonna delete all things provider. Gonna update that. Refresh. No idea. No idea. But that's how it works. So yeah, that's it. Well, cool. But, well, I got about 10 minutes left before I got to drop off. I got some stuff I got to do today, but I think that's it. I think we solved the problem today, and then we showed some context stuff, and I fumbled my way through it. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content on WordPress development. You can also join me live every Thursday at 10:30 Eastern on Twitch. Check the description for the link.